Let me ask you something a little personal. Have you ever caught a whiff of yourself and thought, wait, was that me? It happens more than we'd like to admit, especially as we get older. You could be showering daily, using nice soap, even spraying on a little cologne or powder, and yet something still lingers. That slightly sour, musty scent that sneaks up at the end of the day and makes you wonder if others can smell it too. You're not alone, and no, it's not your fault. As we age, our skin changes, our hormones shift, and our routines often get comfortable, familiar. But here's the tricky part. Even the cleanest people forget about a few sneaky spots on the body, areas we either rush through or overlook entirely. And those spots, they can trap odor without you even realizing it. Not just for a few hours, but all day long. That's what this video is about. Not judgment, not shame, just clarity and care. Because no one wants to be the person everyone avoids hugging. And you definitely don't want your grandkids pulling back during a cuddle because grandma smells funny. That little moment can sting more than we care to admit. We're diving into 5 often missed body areas that collect bacteria, dead skin, and sweat, especially in seniors. And if left unchecked, can cause persistent odor that no amount of perfume can mask. And the best part? These fixes are easy. No new products, no complicated steps, just a bit more awareness during your regular wash routine. Let's start with one that might surprise you. Behind your ears. Yes, really. That soft fold of skin, right behind your earlobe and under the bone. When was the last time you gently scrubbed it with warm water and a mild cleanser? For many people, the answer is weeks, even months. But that tiny area is loaded with oil glands. And as we age, those oils thicken. Add in dust, sweat, and natural skin shedding, and you've got a perfect storm for odor. It's like a little forgotten pocket of buildup hiding in plain sight. Another spot that deserves more attention? Your navel, your belly button. It sounds silly at first, but that tiny hollow collects a shocking amount of sweat and lint, especially if you wear high-waisted pants or layers. And if you've ever noticed a dark, waxy substance in there during a shower, that's not dirt. It's a combination of skin oil, fibers from your clothes, and dead cells. It only takes 10 seconds to gently clean it with a soft cloth or cotton swab and some warm, soapy water, but so few of us remember. And left untouched, it can absolutely contribute to an all-day odor that's tough to trace. There's also one more area I want to talk about here. And it's one we rarely hear mentioned. Your underbreast area, especially if you wear bras or have a natural fold of skin in that region. That warm, tucked-in space is the ideal environment for moisture and bacteria. Add in deodorants, sweat, and friction, and it becomes a hotbed for odor and irritation, even if you're using great soap. If you're not gently lifting and drying the area, especially after showering, there's a chance you're walking around with a hidden moisture trap. And that's what most of this is. Hidden moisture. Forgotten folds. Small places where sweat and oils stay trapped and gradually change the way we smell to ourselves and to others. Let's take a moment and be honest. Most of us have some sort of routine when it comes to personal hygiene. Maybe you start with your face, move to your arms, then legs, and wrap it all up with a quick shampoo. It feels thorough, and it used to be enough. But aging has a way of revealing blind spots, literally. Places that never gave you trouble before start to quietly rebel. Now I want to bring your attention to the 4th hidden spot, the back of your knees. I know, it sounds strange, but think about it. You walk all day, your legs are bent when you sit, and if you're like many people, you've got pants or compression garments hugging that area tightly. The skin behind your knees is thin, folds easily, and sweats more than you think, especially in summer or heated rooms. But when was the last time you washed and dried that area on purpose? Not in passing, on purpose. Left unattended, that tucked away spot can trap sweat and even fungus. It's one of those areas that gives off a faint, sour smell if you've been sitting for a while or walking long distances. And here's the last one, a place almost everyone forgets until it's too late. Your toes. Not just your feet in general, but between the toes. Moisture loves to hide there, especially after showers. And if you wear socks most of the day or slippers without breathability, that damp space becomes a breeding ground for bacteria and even fungus. You might think it's your shoes that smell, but often it's what's happening between your toes. That cheesy scent? That's usually not from walking. It's from letting dampness stew for hours. And the fix is simple. Wash between each toe and, just as importantly, dry them fully after. A clean towel, a little patience. That's it. But I get it. When your joints are stiff, or you're just trying to get out of the bathroom without slipping, bending over to deal with your feet or behind your knees can feel like a chore. That's why simple tools like a long-handled sponge or even sitting on a shower stool can make a huge difference. No need to struggle. Just small tweaks to the way you move through your day. Because here's the truth. Senior odor is not inevitable. It's not just how it is. It's not something you need to accept with age like bad knees or thinning hair. Odor is often just overlooked care. And the beautiful thing is, you can fix it without fancy products or expensive routines, just by being a little more intentional during your daily habits. And let me tell you, there's real power in that. There's something quietly joyful about knowing you're clean, truly clean, that you can lift your arms, lean in for a hug, or sit on a crowded bus without that nagging little voice in your head wondering, can they smell me? We all deserve to feel fresh, not for vanity, but for confidence, for comfort, for peace of mind. And if you've been dealing with odor that just won't seem to go away, despite clean clothes and regular showers, it's not in your head. It's in the hidden spots. And now that you know where to look, you're already ahead of 99% of people your age. Let's take a deep breath together. You've made it this far because you care, not just about hygiene, but about feeling comfortable in your own skin. That's not vanity. That's self-respect. And when we take those extra moments, those few more seconds in the shower or at the sink, to care for those forgotten areas, we're sending ourselves a quiet but powerful message. I matter. And here's what happens when you do. You walk into a room more freely. You sit next to someone without second-guessing yourself. You move through your day with more energy because you're not mentally weighed down by little doubts. You know how good it feels to wear freshly washed clothes, right? Now imagine your body feeling like that all the time. That fresh, light, clean kind of energy. It becomes part of you. I want to gently encourage one more thing before we close. If you struggle with bending, reaching, or balance, don't let that be the reason you stop caring for these parts. There are soft silicone scrubbers with straps you can use on your back. Foot brushes that suction to the shower floor so you don't have to bend. Even a simple washcloth and a steady stool can work wonders. You don't need a spa. You need a little cleverness and a sprinkle of commitment. And if you have someone close to you, a spouse, a caregiver, even a trusted friend, it's okay to talk about this. Not in shame, but in partnership. Sometimes the smallest things we share become the biggest breakthroughs. You'd be surprised how many people are nodding along right now thinking, me too. So let's take everything we've talked about and remember, odor is never a character flaw. It's just biology that needs a little backup. And now you've got the tools and the awareness to give your body exactly what it needs. Clean, calm, cared for skin. If this video gave you even one helpful insight, I'd be so grateful if you gave it a thumbs up. It helps more people like you find this content. Subscribe if you'd like to keep growing with us. We tackle topics others are afraid to mention because we believe aging shouldn't come with awkward silence. It should come with wisdom, grace, and a good dose of courage. Leave a comment below if this resonated with you, or if you've got a tip to add, something you've discovered that helped you feel fresher or more confident. We'd love to hear it. This is a space for support, not judgment. Thank you for spending these few minutes with me today. You matter. You're not alone, and you're doing far better than you think. Here's to living your cleanest, calmest, most confident life at every age.